despite the far-reaching fame of Alduin's Wall at the time, one of the wonders of the ancient world, its location was lost.
Esbern, what are you getting at?
You mean, you don't mean to say you haven't heard of Alduin's Wall? Either of you?
Let's pretend we haven't. What's Alduin's Wall, and what does it have to do with stopping the dragons?
Alduin's Wall was where the ancient blades recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return. Part history, part prophecy. Its location has been lost for centuries, but I have found it again. Not lost, you see, just forgotten. The Blades archives held so many secrets. I was only able to save a few scraps.
So you think that Alduin's Wall will tell us how to defeat Alduin?
Well, yes. But there's no guarantee, of course.
Skyhaven Temple it is, then. I knew you'd have something for us, Esbern. I know the area of the reach that Esbern's talking about, near what's now known as Karthspire, in the Karth River Canyon. We can meet you there, or all travel together. Your call. Always. Let's go see if we can find this Skyhaven Temple.
Did you need something? Very good.
Orgnar, this is it. The inn is yours. I'm probably never coming back here.
Well now, that's something to think about.
Take care of yourself, Orgnar. Goodbye.
Yeah, sure. You too, Delphine. You be safe.
I could use a hand here. I'll kill you.
You can still run. It's not too late.
Get it down while we're up.
Pretty face.
still run. It's not too late.
I'm going to enjoy this.
I'm in a bit of trouble here.
Let's move faster. The sun is... It's not great for my skin, if you know what I mean.
We must be getting close. We should proceed caution.
We should be careful. There's no telling what traps and wards the ancient blades may have set.
It's the prophecy, don't you see? Only a dragonborn can stop Alduin and avert the end of the world. But I don't yet know how you can stop him. The prophecy doesn't say. But Alduin's wall does. I hope. It was a cold day. We heard the news. The Thalmor ambassador. I knew that day that it was truly
This looks
the
promising.
beginning of the end. Yes.
Definitely early Akaviri stonework here.
Whatever you did, it worked. Let's see what those old blades left in our way. Lead on to Skyhaven Temple. It's starting to look like Esbern was right.
Yes.
I think we must be close to the entrance.
Remarkably well preserved. Here's the blood seal, and Another of the lost Akaviri arts, no doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the ancient blades revered Reman Cyrodiil? This whole place is blind. He ended with everything. Under mysterious circumstances, you recall.
After you, you should have the honor of being the first to set foot in Skyhaven Temple.
There's no telling what we might find inside.
Yes, listener. Yes, listener. I am yours. Listener, it's an honor to... Yes, listener. I am yours, Master. Yes, listener. How may... Yes, listener. I am yours, Master. Huh?
I've never seen a finer example of early Second Era Kaviri sculptural relief. Yes, let's see what we have. Look.
How may I serve you, my listener?
This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin... Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon overlords, the legendary Dragon War.
Huh?
Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. Now, you see, here is falling from the sky. The Nord tongues, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Be patient. The Akaviri were not a straightforward. Everything is couched in hectic symbol. Yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout. But there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to...
Oh, yes. Presumably something rather specific to dragons. Or even Alduin himself. Remember, this is where they recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return.
So we're looking for a shout, then. Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky?
Good!
Have you ever heard of a shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice. Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern. We'll look around Sky. Talos guard you.
Look here, in the third panel. The prophecy which brought the Alkaviri to Tamriel in the first place. Insert.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
Sky above, voice within. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes? What I want is irrelevant. This shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn. No, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom. Dragonborn, wait. Forgive me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einarth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make. No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice. But not Dragonrend. The knowledge of that shout was lost in the time before history began. Perhaps only its creators ever knew it, but I am not the one to speak of it to you. It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax. Follow me. I will show you how to open the path to not hate, distrust, and fear. The Blades have always sought to turn the Dragonborn away from the path of wisdom. Breath and focus. The path to Paarthurnax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way. Look. Core. The words, wait. I will grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well.
Rem Yolok. Greetings, Wundunik. I am Parthenax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain? Yes, Vaza. You speak true, Dovahkiin. Forgive me. It has been long since I held Tinvak with a stranger. I gave in to the temptation to prolong our speech. Evenar Balok, there are many hungers it is better to deny than to feed. Drechni Nakib, discipline against the lesser aids in Kachnar, denial of the greater. Hear my Thum, feel it in your bones, match it if you are Dovahkiin. I have spoken. The Rotmular waits. A gift, Dovahkiin. You'll understand. Fire as the Dove do. Now, show me what you can do. Greet. Be not as mortal, but as Dova. Ah, yes. Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jew. You have it. The Kell, the Elder Scroll. Tidkrech Kalos. Time shudders at its touch. There is no question. You are doom-driven. Kogan Akatosh. The very bones of the earth are at your disposal. Go then. Fulfill your destiny. Take the scroll to the Time Wound. Do not delay. Will be coming. He cannot miss the signs. Alduin's lordship will be restored. But I honor your courage. Kriegwolf Akrin. Die now in vain.
For Skyrim!
A glorious day, is it not?
Have you no thought beyond the blooding of your blade?
What else is there?
The battle below goes ill. If Alduin does not rise to our challenge, I fear all may be lost.
You worry too much, brother. Victory will be ours.
Why does Alduin hang back? We've staked everything on this plan of yours, old man.
He will. He cannot ignore our defiance. And why should he fear us, even now?
We blooded him well. Four of his kin have fallen to my blade alone.
But none have yet stood against Alduin himself. Gulf, Sori, Birka.
They did not have Dragonrend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his head.
You do not understand. Alduin cannot be slain like a lesser dragon. He is beyond our strength. Which is why I brought the Elder Scroll.
Feldir, we agreed not to use it.
I never agreed. And if you are right, I will not need it.
We will deal with Alduin ourselves. Here and now.
We shall see soon enough. Alduin approaches.
So be it.
Him hind paliv, su'u hindan.
Let those that watch from Sovngarde envy us this day.
What have you done? What twisted worlds have you created? My teeth to his neck. But first, Dear Kumar. Die in terror, know my fate. To feed my power and comfort in Sovngarde.
If I die today, it will not be in terror. You feel for the first time, worm. I see it in your eyes. Skyrim will be free!
It's no use.
Hold Alderman on the wing! Sister Hawk, grant us your sacred breath to make this contract heard. Begone, World Eater. My words with older bones than your own. We break your perch on this age and send you out. You are banished. Count you out from all our endings unto the last. Are banished!
It worked. You did it.
Yes, the World Eater is gone. May the spirits have mercy on our souls.
My belly is full of the soul. As of your fellow mortals Lost foot, you are too late, Alduin. Soon
Listener, it's an honor to stand before you.
Where'd you come from?
you thought I was just a pretty face.
Lost Funt, you are too late.
My time
Alduin.
has come again.
Never again. Use Dragon Ren Dovahkiin.
This won't end well for you. Where'd you come from?
Cannot be slain here by you or anyone.
And you thought I was just a pretty face.
Lot Kongrach. You truly have the voice of a Dova. Alduin's allies will think twice after this victory. Yes, one of his allies could tell us. Perhaps a fine place to trap one of Alduin's allies. Yes, but your Sum is strong. I do... But I meditate. No Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? It is called... Think. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum, which calls to you. Fe upon. That is fine. Let that meaning fill. Which calls to you. In your... That is the true meaning of Yol. Solyek, power. You have it, as do all Dove. But power is inert without... Think of this as the fire builds in your Sum, in which calls to you. It is called... Think. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark. Yes. I used to visit him from time to time, nearly crazed by loneliness and captivity. Tiraz Siva. He did not.
By Ismir, you've helped save the Gilder Green. Words can't express what that means to the city.
It's a fine day with you around.
Good to see you again, friend. Well, it could be worse. The former but yes, it's been a lot of work. Vignor doesn't want the change to disrupt the lives of his people. We've got enough to deal with already.
The gods gave you two hands. Use them both for your weapon. I can respect that.
In honor of your service in battle, I am hereby granting you permission to purchase property in Whiterun. Talk to my steward if you're interested. I must have misheard you. I thought you asked me to help you trap a dragon in my palace. Of course. You already saved Whiterun from that dragon. I owe you a great deal, but I don't understand. Why let a dragon into the heart of my city when we've been working so hard to keep them out? Alduin, the World Eater himself? But how can we fight him? Doesn't his return mean it's the end times? I don't know about such things, but I heard the Greybeard summon you. That's good enough for me. Now what's this nonsense about trapping a dragon in my palace? I want to help you, Dragonborn, and I will, but I need your help first. What do you think the Imperials would be doing while this dragon is busy slaughtering my men? No, I can't risk weakening the city while we are under the threat of enemy attack. I'm sorry. Then I would be glad to help you with your mad dragon-trapping scheme. But getting both sides to agree to a truce will be difficult at this point. The bitterness has gone too deep. Maybe... what are the Greybeards? They're respected by all Nords. High Hrothgar is neutral territory. If the Greybeards were willing to host a peace council, then maybe Ulfric... Aye, Dragonborn. Maybe you can stop the dragons. My men will be ready when you are, Dragonborn. You have a truce to arrange first, eh? I was done talking anyway. You're not as dumb. There is room in my court. However, you help my people and purchase a house from my steward, and I'll make you my thane. Fine, then. Well, once the Empire might try and take the city back, or worse, aye, with a certainty. You go on your way now, boy.
Staying out of trouble, kinsman?
When the Stormcloaks took control of Whiterun, it was a victory for all true Nords.
If you need
Hands to
potions,
yourself, sneak
you should
thief.
try Arcadia's cauldron.
Oath.
Alduin? We heard the Dragonren shout from here. You defeated him? I feared as much. I thought it was him we saw flying east after your battle. We are not warriors. What is overlooked in the Dragonborn is not permitted to. You misunderstand our authority. The Greybeards have never involved themselves in political affairs. I see. The dragon will lead you to Alduin. Paarthurnax, even the Grey. So we will see if they still remember us. You must find out. Deliver the message to the warring parties. If they will listen, I will...
Sheathe your weapons and come quietly. You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
Spare a coin for a poor old woman.
Smart man. Now come along with us. We'll take any stolen goods and you'll be free to go. After you pay the fine, of course. Good day.
A few septims for my supper is all I ask. It's so good to see you again. Up to no good, are we? I'll teach. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. The divines smile on a charitable soul.
Oh! Cold blood! Someone, do something!
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense? Smart man. Now come along with us. We'll take any stolen goods and you'll be free to go. After you pay the fine, of course. All right then.
What business do college mages have in a place like Sathal?
I have to wonder.
It's a place
what does
for
the Dragonborn
dead,
do once he's
not
summoned
your
by the
weird
Greybeards?
experiments.
Can the Thu'um be taught? Like any skill.
What do you need?
The townsfolk call me captain, because I used to be a sailor.
Fancy yourself an alchemist, huh? Never could get the hang of that.
We've driven the Imperials out of Whiterun. This is good. Very good. We now control the center. It's about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want? I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course, and the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there. Alduin, the World Eater of song and legend. If that's true, well, it changes the situation, doesn't it? Even Tullius may be forced to talk sense in the face of such a threat. Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs. Elsa.
As High Priest of the Eight Divines, I bid you welcome.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials. But what can I help you with? Return anytime you need arms or armor.
One of the guards said he saw a mage
Make it quick.
appear out of
I get
thin
enough
air,
delays from
saying
politicians.
it was one of those
The
Sijic
Greybeards.
monks.
What do those old hermits want with me? Why, there's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor. They are getting to be a problem. But I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons. My job is to quell this rebellion, and I intend to do just that. Dragons or no dragons. You may have a point. It's getting difficult to even move troops around without attracting a dragon attack. By all accounts, the Stormcloaks are suffering just as badly. Even Ulfric might see the sense of a truce under these conditions. Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do. Don't worry, I'll come to this peace council of yours.
Talking peace with Ulfric? You must be an optimist.
The Greybeards have called a peace council at High Hrothgar, and can you believe it? Both Ulfric, Stormcloak, and General Tullius have agreed to go.
So, you've done it. The men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters. Peace? I doubt it. They may put their weapons down for a moment, but only to gather strength for the next bloodletting. They are not yet tired of war. Far from it. Do you know the ancient Nord word for war? Season unending. And so it has proved. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
So, Arngeir, is it? You know why we're here. Are you going to let us in or not?
Why? Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin. I hope that we have all come here in the spirit
You
of...
insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? You're Chief Talos Hunter?
That didn't take long.
Hear, hear.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard. The nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that we would sit down with that. Thalmor bitch. I say she walks, or we walk. I'm glad we agree on this.
Very well, Ulfric. Enjoy your petty victory. The Thalmor will treat with whatever government rules Skyrim. We would not think of interfering in your civil war.
Ha! Skyrim will never bow to the Thalmor. Unlike your Imperial friends here.
You're lucky I respect the Greybeard's counsel, Galmar.
Legate, we represent the Emperor here.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
One moment.
Here we go.
I just want to make clear that the only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the Dragon Menace. I have no authority to negotiate a permanent settlement, unless Ulfric is ready to sue for peace and turn himself over to Imperial justice.
Master Arngeir,
We're
are
here
you going
to
to just
arrange a
let him
temporary
continue to...
truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons. Nothing more. We consider even sitting down to talk with these rebels more than generous.
Enough posturing, Tullius. If you came to talk, let's get on with it.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? General Tullius, Jarl Ulfric, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Our terms are simple. Riften must be returned to Imperial control. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
Elisif, are you really going to be a party to this foolishness? Do you really think Ulfric will just turn Riften over because some Imperial general barked an order?
That's quite an opening demand, Tullius.
Ulfric, you can't be taking this demand seriously. We can hold Riften against anything the Empire can throw at it. Besides, Jarl Layla will never agree to...
We will do whatever I decide is in the best interests of Skyrim. Are we clear?
Yes, my lord.
Come on, Tullius. You can't seriously expect us to just hand over Riften at the negotiating table. You haven't been able to take it back yet. Why should we give it up now?
I am sure General Tullius does not expect something for nothing.
Of course not. What will you offer for Riften, Tullius? Some empty promises? Maybe some more Imperial bluster?
Enough, Galmar.
Jarl Ulfric, what would you want in return?
First, let me be clear. The Sons of Skyrim know from bitter experience that talking to the Empire is a waste of time. Or worse, Imperial promises are simply a way to lull you while they prepare a dagger for your back.
Aye, we haven't forgotten Markarth, Tullius.
But I accept the Dragonborn's invitation to this council, and I at least will negotiate in good faith. The council was your idea, huh? So tell us, what do you think Riften is worth? In exchange for Riften, the Jewel of Skyrim? Hardly. How about the Reach? Gaining control of the silver mines would be invaluable. Not enough to outweigh the loss of Riften. The whole south of Eastmarch would be open to Imperial attack. I did ask, although I'm beginning to wonder whose side you're really on. Still...
should not have agreed to host this council. But regrets up. Why delay? Please, take your seat so that we can begin.
And so we meet again. But this time I know who and what you really are. I'll give you credit for boldness, but associating yourself with the Blades is a choice you will come to regret. I'm here to ensure that General Tullius does not exceed his authority.
I never thought I'd ever willingly stand in the same room with Tullius again. At least not without a weapon in my hand.
Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin. I hope that we have all come here in the spirit
You insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? You're Chief Talos Hunter?
Yes. Hear, hear.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard. The nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that we would sit down with that. Thalmor bitch. I say she walks, or we walk. I'm glad we agree on this.
Very well, Ulfric. Enjoy your petty victory. The Thalmor will treat with whatever government rules Skyrim. We would not think of interfering in your civil war.
Ha! Skyrim will never bow to the Thalmor. Unlike your Imperial friends here.
You're lucky I respect the Greybeard's counsel, Galmar.
Legate, we represent the Emperor here.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
One moment.
Here we go.
I just want to make clear that the only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the Dragon Menace. I have no authority to negotiate a permanent settlement, unless Ulfric is ready to sue for peace and turn himself over to Imperial justice.
Master Arngir,
we're here to arrange a temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. We consider even sitting down to talk with these rebels more than generous.
Enough posturing, Tullius. If you came to talk, let's get on with it.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? General Tullius, Jarl Ulfric, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Our terms are simple. Riften must be returned to Imperial control. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
Elisif, are you really going to be a party to this foolishness? Do you really think Ulfric will just turn Riften over because some Imperial general barked an order?
That's quite an opening demand, Tullius.
Ulfric, you can't be taking this demand seriously. We can hold Riften against anything the Empire can throw at it. Besides, Jarl Layla will never agree to...
Whatever I decide is in the best interests of Skyrim. Are we clear?
Yes, my lord.
Come on, Tullius. You can't seriously expect us to just hand over Riften at the negotiating table. You haven't been able to take it back yet. Why should we give it up now?
I am sure General Tullius does not expect something for nothing.
Of course not. What will you offer for Riften, Tullius? Some empty promises? Maybe some more Imperial bluster?
Enough, Galmar.
Jarl Ulfric, what would you want in return?
First, let me be clear. The Sons of Skyrim know from bitter experience that talking to the Empire is a waste of time. Or worse, Imperial promises are simply a way to lull you while they prepare a dagger for your back.
Aye, we haven't forgotten Markarth, Tullius.
But I accept the Dragonborn's invitation to this council, and I at least will negotiate in good faith. The council was your idea, huh? So tell us, what do you think Riften is worth? Yes. With Markarth in our hands, we'll be able to raid the Imperial supply lines out of Solitude. You've heard the man, Tullius. We've made you a fair offer. If you're really serious about this truce, you need to reconsider.
disappoint me, Dragonborn. I accepted your invitation to this council, despite your known association with the rebels. But it seems you have no intention of dealing fairly with me. I can see now that this is not a negotiation at all. I know you, Ulfric. You have no intention of coming to terms. You're here to blacken the Empire's name, and I won't be party to it. If you think you can hold Riften, you're as deluded as you've always been. Soon enough, I'll have you back under the headsman's axe, and this time there won't be any dragon to save you.
As always, the Empire's fine words are worth nothing.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
I don't know about the end of the world, but this dragon situation has gotten out of hand. If this truce will help the Dragonborn here put an end to that menace, we both gain. Remember that, Ulfric. Now, back to the matter at hand. You know I can't agree to these terms. The Emperor would repudiate this treaty, and I would be recalled.
Shaw's bones. Where will these demands end?
Out with it, then.
We want compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten.
You slaughtered the very people you claim to be fighting for. True sons of Skyrim would never do such things.
Damned Imperial lies. My men would never stoop to such methods, even in retaliation for your butchery at...
All the blood spilled in this war is on your head.
So, Dragonborn, what do you say? Well said. You may be fighting on the wrong side in this war. For once you'll actually pay for your crimes. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Riften will be handed over to Imperial control. Jarl Layla Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. The Empire will withdraw its troops from the Reach, allowing Ulfric's forces unhindered access to Markarth. Jarl Igmund will go into exile, with Thongvor Silverblood taking his place as Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will pay appropriate compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten. You both agree to this?
The Sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Now that the Empire has been driven from the Reach, we can put a stop to the raping of her silver mines. That silver belongs in Skyrim.
Legate, with me. We have a lot of work to do.
Giving up Rift is a heavy price to pay for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope
I'm afraid there's a problem. A serious one. I've discovered who the Greybeard's leader really is. All well and good, but did you know that he was Alduin's chief lieutenant in ancient times? It's true. The Blade. Justice demands that he die for his crimes. Until he is dead, I'm afraid my oath as a Blade prevents me from offering you aid and comfort. I anticipated the problem, and I'm cross-referencing this. By calling the dragon, he's not I think it's very like... Oda
Jarl Vignar. I
winged
assume you are familiar
snow hunter,
with the Dragonborn's plan?
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
But the difficulty remains how to
Be
lure
careful.
a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
By Talos, that's an excellent question. I hope you haven't forgotten that little...
Yes, listener. How may I serve you?
I don't much like this.
What is it? Shout for Udavin from... Haven't you...
There, he devours.
Justice can... Paternax was the author of many atrocities during the Dragon World. Crimes great enough to be remembered for thousands of years. True, he turned traitor to Alduin and helped overthrow the dragon cult, but that does not excuse or expiate whether or not he was truly repented or merely acted to save himself. Justice demands.
We have nothing to talk about until Paternax is dead.
I'm glad you were able to negotiate a truce.
I hope this
but
truce
I don't
gives you
trust
what you
Ulfric.
need.
That could
He
have
will
gone
break
worse.
his word as
Now
soon
it's
as
up
it
to
suits
you
him.
to deliver.
We have nothing to talk about it. If they had their way, the Greybeard, think about it. No. Trust me. There is no need. Make your choice, Dragonborn. You're either with us or against us. Here's the big picture. He helped Alduin enslave our ancestors. We can't afford to give Paternax the opportunity to betray us in turn and return to his old master.
Dremyolok, greetings. Odaving will come to your challenge. Bozik, Krillot, he will not be able to resist your call. From the hill of the Dova itself, he will come. The Blades are wise not to trust me. Onikan Niov. I would not trust another Dova. Dov Walan Farel, we were made to dominate. The will to power is in our blood. You feel it in yourself, do you not? I can be trusted. I know this, but they do not. Only Khan Niov Dova. It is always wise to mistrust a Dova. I have overcome my nature only through meditation and long study of the way of the voice. No day goes by where I am not tempted to return to my inborn nature. Zingriforvut se sulyech. What is better, to be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? Lok Thum. Speak. I will listen. The blades are wise now. Trust me. Only Khan Niov. I would not trust another Dove. Speak. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fine or Yol? Speak. Which calls to you? It is think. That is Fus. Let it mean you. Sum Armara. You will push the world harder than it pushes back. Speak. I will listen. Speak. I will listen. Sum Ark Mora. I will listen.
The Greybeards have arranged a truce between the Stormcloaks and Imperials. How long can such a thing last?
I don't know how you talked the Jarl into this plan of yours.
We're ready, Dragonborn. As I promised, my men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands. Have a plan for luring a dragon here, yeah?
My job is to keep the Jarl safe, despite his best efforts. It's a fine day with you around. Huh? Never should have come here.
Be steady now. Keep under cover until it's down.
Ubonar, you went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position. In Sir Alduin, No doubt you want to know where to find Alduin? Renik Vaza, an apt phrase. Alduin Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your Thuum for myself. Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship. Among ourselves, once he has been Zuulost Ofan Hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me to go free? Serve you? No. Need id. If and when you defeat Alduin. Croesus. Only... Of course, I could fly you there, but not while imprisoned like this. Aran, you wound me, Dovahkiin. I may not tell the whole truth, but I am no liar. Go and see for yourself. Zu ni bo norhet. I will be here, unless Alduin returns before you do. You have reconsidered my offer, Onikan Kron? You will release me, Rolan, if in return I promise to take you to Skaldafen and stop helping Alduin? Onikan Korav Gain Mirad. It is wise to recognize when you only have one choice. And you can trust me. Free me, and I will carry you to Skaldafen.
Sir, you have no idea how long I have waited for such an opportunity. I would be most appreciative if you would permit me to perform some, a captive dragon. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages.
Do not test my promise to the Dovahkiin.
I assure you, you will not...
I can't believe... You sure about that? Your funeral. Someone else is going to have to help you get him back. There again.
Gar, very bad idea. Even for you.
This seems like a really bad idea to me.
Carry on, soldier. This is all part of the Dragon Lord's plan.
Asnu, Dini Dain Rufe Asbal. Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can? Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can? Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can? Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can? Saran-uth, I await your command as promised. Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can? Zuk-brit-oth, I warn you, once you've flown the skies of Kaizal, your envy of the Dove will only increase. Amativ Mubu Kotins Selok. This is as far as I can take you. Grifoth Akrin. I will look for your return. Or Alduin.